Hey guys, what's going on? So this is me Anubhav, and I'll be sharing my experience about the POCO F1 phone. I've been using this phone for about I think 14-15 days now. I got this on the first sale that was on 2nd September. It got delivered on 3rd, but for some reason I had to exchange it and I had to get a replacement sometime on 4th or 5th of September. So yeah, it's been about 14-15 days since I've been using this phone, and I'm really impressed. I'm mighty impressed with this phone because it's absolutely amazing. Yes, there are some cons to this phone, but I think they're all manageable. I don't think any of them is a deal breaker. Let me first focus on the problems of this phone, like a lot of you might have seen online or on some various videos, right? So the first problem which people report is that it cannot stream full HD content from Netflix or Amazon Prime or any kind of paid premium video streaming website like that. It's simply because it does not have the hardware certificates to decrypt the decrypt the videos that is coming from the other end. So it's something that cannot be fixed by software. This problem will always persist on this phone, but it's not a deal breaker at all because you can still watch videos in 540p, which is pretty decent for a screen that is just 6 inches in size. Secondly, websites like YouTube, Vimeo, or any other publicly available public video sharing website will not have any problem at all. You can watch their videos on full HD or any resolution that they support. So that being said, moving on to the next problem, a lot of people complain about the screen bleeding issue. Yes, guys, the issue is absolutely there, but it comes into play only when you increase your brightness to very high levels, probably at least above 50%. That too, it's visible only with certain background colors. I do have display tester on my phone right here. Let me just run that for you guys. Right, so let me first, so I'm not on the full screen mode. I prefer using buttons, but let me come closer and let me just show it to you guys. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to go to display tester and I'm going to do defective pixel detection. Let me increase the brightness to 100% and let me go. So as you can see, the green color is perfectly fine. The blue color is perfectly fine. The white color is fine as well. The light gray is decent. But when you come to the dark gray color, you can see that on the edges there is some kind of screen bleeding. Don't worry about the rainbow effect. The rainbow effect is probably because of my screen guard. I'll come to the screen guard in cases later on, but there is slight screen bleeding on the edges, as you can see, right? And this is most prominent on the dark gray color. Even on black it's all right, but on dark gray it's very prominent. But guys, this issue is only there if you have your brightness set to very high. I'm going to lower it down to something like 50%, and as you can see the issue is reduced. If and I usually like to keep it at around 20%, 30%. So at these brightness level the issue is barely visible, so I don't think it should be a problem to anybody. Uh, the next issue which I face is, it's not an issue per se, we all knew this, but that is again related to the screen. So as you can see that Poco has left some mighty margins of the screen on the bottom and on the top and the lower part of the phone. Right, let me just go to a whiter screen. So as you can see that there is a decent amount of body left on the front panel. It's not really a problem, but some people do complain about this. So guys, here's what I feel. That Poco has come up with a very nice budget phone. This phone costed me exactly 20 grands. That's 20,000 rupees. And for that, I don't think I could have got any phone which would be better than this. I would suggest that people who have a budget of about 15 to 20,000 should consider getting this phone because it is mighty impressive for that price range. But if you do have a higher budget, if you're planning to get something for about 30 to 40 grands, but then you stumble upon this phone, I don't think this will fulfill you so much because there are some problems, or rather some cutbacks that POCO has made. For example, even the camera does not have optical image stabilization, which is available in many high-end phones these days, including the OnePlus 6. If I have to think about some more, yeah, there are some certain, as I said, there are some corners that were cut by POCO, but nothing is a major deal breaker, especially if you were looking for a phone between 15 to 20,000 rupees. Another certain kind of demographics that might be interested in this phone is the people who are looking for high storage in their phones. So POCO has a version that has 256 gigabytes of internal storage, which is available for a price tag of rupees 28,000 rupees. I have not seen many phones that come with such a high internal storage, at least for this price. So if high storage is something you're looking for, and if you have a budget of about 28,000 rupees or 25 to 30,000 rupees, you should definitely consider this phone. But again, if you are looking for a high-end phone and budget is not a constraint for you, then I would not suggest this phone to you. This is probably for the budget users, the power users who bother a lot about the internals, about the hardware, and who try to get good enough capabilities from their phone at the lowest price point possible. There are some pros of this phone which can even beat very high-end phones. For example, the infrared camera. Let me just turn this on and let me try to show it to you guys. The face unlock is absolutely amazing, guys. I have used this at completely pitch black situations and it unlocks instantly. Instantly. Even my friends who have very high end phones, including the OnePlus 6, are not able to beat this face unlock feature which POCO has provided. Right? So, if I have to show you, probably you can see that there is some reddish color light that glows on this part of the screen when I try to unlock my phone with face unlock enabled. So whenever I face this towards my phone with my face, of course, if I face my phone, the phone will get unlocked even in pitch dark conditions. This is an absolutely amazing feature, guys. I would not say that this is a security feature. It's more of a convenience thing. It really works well. Yeah, that's what I would have to say. There are certain other things. For example, the battery life is absolutely amazing. I game a lot on this phone and it has never disappointed me. I left my phone in the morning with about 75% of charge. I've been gaming for the past 4 hours. I left my phone home at 9. It's about 1:30 right now. And out of those 4.5 hours, I've gamed on this phone for 4 hours, right? And the battery has dropped by only about 15%. I think that is really amazing. Plus, the build quality, yeah, it is not that premium. I wouldn't want to keep my phone on the table without the back cover. It does look decent. The design is pretty nice. The red ring on the camera is pretty attractive, I would say, but it's still not something that I would keep on the table with my friends because it honestly does not look that premium. I got this temporary phone cover that protects my phone from minor damages from droppages or anything like that. Similarly, coming to the screen guard, there is no screen guard available for this phone in the market right now. I did order one from Flipkart. It's expected to be arrived tomorrow, so I'll do share that with you as well. So yeah, that's all, guys. That's all I have to share. Again, I'm gonna conclude by saying that if you have a high budget but you're looking for a decent phone, suppose you have a budget of over 35 to 40 grand, I would much rather suggest you go with the OnePlus 6 or a similarly priced phone. If you do have a lower budget, something between 15 to 20 grand, and if you're looking for those hardware or the gaming performance, then definitely this phone is meant for you. You can definitely consider this. If you are more about having everything perfect for the price you're paying. Let's say that you don't want a very high bezel at the bottom, or you want the camera that works better, or you don't, or you want the phone to feel premium, like the Nokia 6.1 Plus does. Probably this phone is not for you. That's all I would have to say. If you have any questions, please drop down the comments. I'll try to answer them as elaborately as I can. If you would like me to discuss something specific about this phone, please feel free to ask and I'll try to make a video about the same. Thank you, guys.